And state leaders say yesterday's mass overdose highlights the need to put more resources into addressing substance misuse.
And joining us now to talk about the prevalence of this issue and ways to help those battling addiction is Dr. Nicole Wagner from LifeBridge Health. Dr. Wagner, thanks so much for being with us. An important topic to cover, and we know you can help us do it. So to someone without firsthand knowledge, the sheer number of patients yesterday, it really seems shocking to all of us. But this really just shows how prevalent of an issue this is in our communities, correct?
Correct. It's both prevalent and challenging due to a number of factors, but partly due to the detrimental impact it has on not just the individual suffering, but their family, society, as well as the ability to access needed resources and information.
With this situation, I think this situation really highlights this, and this is extremely scary. Can you speak to the fact that misusers never really know, or oftentimes don't know, what they are taking, what it could be laced with?
That's true. And that's one of the things that we really home in on at our outpatient substance abuse treatment centers. And we have implemented the resource of our overdose survivors outreach program specialists that go and educate individuals on that importance that you do not know what you're getting, and is constantly changing. And that's why we saw the incident and the mass overdoses in which we saw and experienced yesterday.
Yeah, and for those who aren't familiar with the struggles of addiction, some people will say, why can't these people get help? But we know that it's very difficult to do. Why is that such a hard thing for people to seek treatment?
Mostly because of the negative stigma associated with it. Oftentimes people think it's a choice, and they also believe that, well, if you chose to use drugs, why can't you choose to stop using drugs? Then for the individual, they have a lot of shame, guilt, embarrassment, also lack of resources. Some do not have insurance to even be able to go and get the treatment that he or she need, as well as lack of ability to access those needed and necessary resources to get help.
Well, we know addiction is such a huge issue. It touches so many families, many socioeconomic backgrounds. Really, if a viewer at home doesn't think they know someone who is battling addiction, what can they do to help in this crisis? If they think, well, there's no one I can help in my family or what have you, but what else can they do to help in the community?
The first thing is to get education, and that's partly what we do and utilize our overdose survivors outreach specialists for. They physically go into the communities, even the middle schools, the high schools, churches, wherever you need us at. We come there and educate you on some of the warning signs and how to be supportive, because not every individual that actually suffers from a substance abuse issue is ready for help. So it's about educating yourself so that you can be supportive, compassionate, and educating them as well.
All right, yeah, like you mentioned, it has to be a choice, right, by the user for someone to get that help. And if someone does know someone who's struggling, what can they do if they're really not even willing to get that assistance?
Well, we always want to make sure we reinforce our love for that individual, as well as our concern for them. Encourage them to at least speak to a professional, and or you could always tell them to call 311-11. Other resources, there's even online treatment, therapy, group sessions, community. A lot of church surrounding in the Baltimore City churches also provide group therapy, and it's really about setting boundaries as well. Even though we love them, we don't want to enable their continued high-risk behavior.
I know you just mentioned there are a lot of treatment options out there. Tell us, if someone knows they need help, what is the advice you would give them? What is their first step?
The first step is to actually call someone, and if it's after hours, which a lot of times individuals realize after business hours that he or she would like help, I always tell them go to their nearest emergency department, because most of the Baltimore City hospitals have what's called expert. Those are individuals with lived experiences that are in their own recovery, sustained long-term recovery, that are now those beacons of light and hope for those individuals, and they can complete what's called a screen and brief intervention and referral to treatment. And with New Hope Treatment Center underneath a LifeBridge Health organization, we do treatment on demand. So if one of our peers or our overdose survivor specialists is working in the ED and they engage that patient, we already know because we get that alert on our company phone that, hey, this person is going to show up for intake tomorrow morning.
All right, such insightful information for such an important topic. Dr. Nicole Wagner with LifeBridge Health, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.